Hey friends, welcome back to Flourish Friday. I'm Kelly, and in this little corner of the Buttercup Garden, we take time to notice our growth, name our wins, and nourish what's blooming. Today we're celebrating the courage it takes to step into something new, even when you're scared. You're not behind, you're blooming right on time. So, little personal reflection here, some real life growth moments. I did something hard this week. I made it through my first official week of my new YouTube channel, or my reimagined YouTube channel. I didn't give up and I didn't quit. Instead, what I did was I applied everything that I've learned over nearly 20 years of blogging, and I finally moved forward on a concept that's been weighing heavy on my heart for quite some time. I am not good at speaking on camera by myself. I'm afraid I'm going to sound silly. I am afraid I'm going to mess up. For over a decade, I've always had my sweet blogging bestie, Crystal. I'm actually going to link to her channel right up there if I can. She's always been with me, and she can chat to a wall. I can't. So this felt incredibly vulnerable. Plus, I've always been pretty private about my faith. So putting it out there for the World Wide Web it's a little nerve-wracking. It's a little scary, but I still showed up. I spoke to myself. I spoke to you. I spoke to anyone who might need to hear. You don't have to wait for everything to be perfect to take that first step. So our word this week has been apply. So in my prayer basket, I printed out the word apply, and then I got a little index card and I put some things on it to help me sit in that word throughout the week. And one of the things on it is the verse James 1:22. Be doers of the word and not hearers only. And then the other thing is a quote by Charles Spurgeon that says, knowledge without obedience is still ignorance. Yeah. So every single day when I open up my prayer basket and I pull out my information, I'm seeing my word of the week, my intention that I set for the week. And I'm seeing the Bible verse, be doers of the word and not hearers only, James 1:22. And that verse reminds me that knowing the truth is only half the battle. Applying it is where faith comes alive. I knew that stepping out of my comfort zone was going to be scary, but I trusted God's call more than my fear. And this week, we're not just learning or planning, right? We've been applying God's truth by taking imperfect action. What if your own growth is not supposed to look perfect, or it's not supposed to look grand? Maybe it's small, quiet steps that you take, even when no one's watching. What if each little tiny act of obedience is actually helping you flourish? You don't have to have a script memorized. You don't have to be flawless. You just need to show up. Every time, just show up, because every step, even a shaky, timid step, is still growing forward. It's still a move towards blooming. This week, I really want you to look at somewhere where you've been stuck. Maybe it's a project, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a personal goal. And I want you to apply the next small step. I want you to go back and watch yesterday's video on crossing that threshold. For me, it was about hitting record. Actually, it was about hitting record 100 times and finally just saying, done is enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. Right? And it wasn't perfect. It's not perfect. I mean, I don't want to be about perfection. I don't want to be about some big production. I want you to understand that you don't have to be perfect either. But just apply what you know. Apply what you know. That's where wisdom is, right? And trust God with the rest of it. If this week or today helped you see your growth in a new way, I would like you to give it a thumbs up. It really helps. And leave a comment. Share it with a friend who could use a little light today. Any links that we talked about or any Bible verses are going to be in the description below, as always. Until next time, don't forget, you don't have to bloom perfectly. You just have to stay rooted. You are not broken. You are becoming. And my goodness, you're growing. Bye.